Today we talk about deep friendship. Those of you who have been with us all these years, you know we're talking about Nicomachean friendships, the number one type, number two type, number three type. It seems like there's a lot of the type of friend that's the number two, which is
What do I get?
what do I get? Anyway, let's not do that. Stay tuned. Thanks for listening. Here we go. I am Fawn.
And Matt. We're an interracial couple with 2 kids wanting to do something that highlights the power of friendship and what it means to be in the company of true friends. We're going to move our society away and out of the loneliness epidemic and into a friendlier, happier world. Welcome to our friendly world. Better, stronger, together.
Welcome back to our friendly world, everybody. Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. So, Matt, do tell.
Well, I was thinking about, yes, indeed, sometimes we do plan these. And I was thinking about
these
podcasts.
Okay.
And so I was thinking about what should we talk about this week? And I was like, let's take a step back. Let's mellow out and let's talk about stories about friendship, our friendship stories. Let's get a little personal this week. So I started thinking about like cool things that have happened, or I started thinking about cool stories of friendship. And I remembered things like when my buddy Dave came to visit me because I asked him to. I thought about certainly Steenie and the wonderful things he's done for us. I was thinking about all the stuff that we had gotten, right? And it was like,
well, you were thinking about it, and then you realized, oh no, I'm only thinking about things that they gave me,
and I'm thinking
or did
about,
for me, right?
Am I a crappy friend, right? Oh my goodness, I'm take.
No, but you're not, because as you were telling me this, I was thinking, you're so selfless that you don't even realize when you give. Like sometimes I have to tell you, Matt, stop it. These people don't even deserve it. Like if it's a work situation and they're so out to get you, they're like backstabbers. I'm like, Matt, why are you giving them so much? Stop and just mind your own business sometimes, right? You're not the type of person that takes. So relax.
But then thinking about every single story I had to tell, it was all stories about type 2 friendship. It was all stories about what do I get or what do I give out of this friendship. And that's one type of friendship that you can have with people, but it's not what we are striving for, I think, on this show, which is on this podcast, which is, of course, going to the type 3 friend, which are the friends you just enjoy being around.
Those are the friends that you love regardless, no matter what.
Yes.
You just love them just because.
Right.
And hopefully they love you just because. And why do we like that? Or why do we want that? Why do we want to achieve that? Is because we're really ultimately looking for a long-lasting true friendship.
Right.
Like true love.
Yes.
But
yes. And
platonic.
I'm sorry, I was delving into the type 1 friendship, which is you're around them because of how they make you feel. What we want to strive for is not the type 1, not the type 2, but the type 3, where you just love this person. And they just love you. And it's, unfortunately, though, on some level, that doesn't make for a good story, does it? There's not a lot of stories to be told around that. We just enjoy each other.
Sure there is. But I'm definitely not the right person to talk this week about that, because I was telling Matt that I feel incredibly, I've been feeling this way for a while. I'm not really talking to anyone, really. I've been a bit of a recluse, just by myself, very quiet. It's just my own time to just be quiet. There are waves you go through. Sometimes you're ready to go out in the world and be totally social. I'm just not there right now.
I totally get it.
Gotta respect that.
Right.
Gotta respect that for yourself as well as gotta respect that in others, and also know that it's not forever. Like sometimes you just have to go in and not say anything, and you're just not in the mood to be outgoing. That's totally normal.
But now then you're walking into the type 1 friend, aren't you? where you want to be around this person because they're fun to be around.
What do you mean? I don't want to be around anyone right
Well,
now.
no. What I'm saying, though, is you don't feel outgoing, like you want to be that type 1 friend.
I don't want to be any kind of friend. Just
See,
because I've been hurt so much.
right?
And I'm just so disappointed that I'm just like, I'm good right now. I don't, thank you. I need to collect myself.
Right. And I get that. I totally get that. Whereas for me, I think at this point in time,
We've totally switched roles.
I'm just totally digging being around people, not because, or my friends, and I was about to say quote unquote, but no, my friends at the gas station. It's not about them. It's not about us having a laugh. It's not about me getting things out of them. It's just about community. It's just about being around them, which is interesting. But circling back now to the stories, one of the things I started thinking about was the fact that the type 2 friend, the friend who we get stuff from, starts to feel a lot like the algorithm, the AI, all that other fun stuff, the dopamine hits.
Yeah, we were talking this morning about the ones, when we turn to AI for companionship or to just run some ideas by, or like even if just it's a tiny problem, normally you would go to a friend to say, hey, how would you fix this? I think we're just, well, I'll speak for myself. I'm getting to the point where I'm just like, I don't want to bother anyone. Let me just look it up. And because it's AI and because there's like a conversation that happens back and forth and it knows me, so it knows my history, knows things that I totally forgot about. Like it'll say, oh, this is like when you wrote your book about the dandelion. I'm like, yes, it is. I can't believe I remembered that. Thank you. So that really what's happening, what we need to acknowledge is that's totally not the kind of friend. It's training us to not be the true friend, because it is not a give and take relationship. As much as I'm like, hi Chatty, how are you today? Thank you so much for your, no, it's still just a take situation.
Right. And I want to say that way back in the day, we started seeing something similar long before AI when we asked people for advice and they said, well, Google it. They were literally deferring to an algorithm or to a search engine or to an imagined expert.
Yeah, we were in person with people. Again, sorry for repeating ourselves, but like that was a deal breaker. We would ask people that we were becoming friends with, hey, how do you do this? Because we knew that was
they had done it.
And they were really good at it. Instead of just telling us, and we were there in person, like we were just hanging out, they would say, just Google it. Like we asked them, how is it traveling with a baby? How do you travel with a baby? Like, what's your routine? Oh, you can just Google that and figure that out on your own. Thanks, buddy.
Right. But that
end of friendship, end of potential friendship.
To me, there's you can see a linear process with a lot of people where you start off with just a type 1, which is where, you're around this person because of how they make you feel. They're funny, they're effervescent, they're interested in what you have to say, they're curious, and then level 2 is these are the things I'm getting from them, which is, the line blurs between 1 and 2, but they lift me up, they heighten my self-esteem, they show me cool stuff, they get me concert tickets, whatever it is. And then finally into 3, and if you look at it as a straight line, 2 is getting subverted at this point. So we need to pay attention to that. We need to understand that that's happening. We need to feel the fact that, these dopamine hits or these, ooh, that's interesting, that we're getting from computers is not,
it's not
organic.
The same. Yeah.
It's not, and it to our animal minds it feels the same, but it's not.
It's really not. Yeah. Yeah. It's scary, right?
Yes.
And I think that there could be a moment where you're feeling great. Yes, you are getting the dopamine hits and everything, but there will come a time when you realize, wow, it's not a person. And I think the fall from that level of satisfaction that you once had
Mm-hmm.
could be really horrible,
Right.
like really harsh. So I think I'd like to use this episode today to warn each other of that so we don't step too high up that AI ladder to think, oh, I'm okay. I don't need to really be around anyone. I don't need to burden, quote unquote, burden someone with my thoughts or my questions or what I'm going through. So I'm just going to ask the computer.
Right. Where a friend wouldn't see it as a burden.
You never know. Maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't. You have to find the right people,
And
right?
you have to take the risk.
And not everyone can handle that at all times. Like everyone
True.
can handle different things at different points in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
But just to remember that so that we don't have a huge crash.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah, exactly. I was about to say I would urge patience and caring and understanding and allowing people to express the things that they need to express inside of our personal relationships, because they're not going to be this perfect computer space where I just ask questions and get answers, or I just rant and rave and I can ignore any response from the other side, because I'm actually starting to see both of those patterns too.
It's like smelling. A long time ago, I was a photographer for a big corporation, and the CEO always said, it was all centered around health and well-being and aromatherapy and oils and everything natural. And he always said that there's so much synthetic things, so many synthetic things out there, so many synthetic products that people's noses have become nose blind, that they don't know the difference. But as soon as the real deal, like something from nature, something pure, comes across that they smell, the body always knows and remembers the real thing. And I think that it's okay, I guess, to be around all this synthetic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But when you meet the real deal, the real human, you'll be pleasantly reminded of what it's supposed to feel like.
So pay attention, people. That's what I would say. Patience and paying attention.
Well, what does patience have to do with it?
Sometimes I want to talk about technical garbage that you don't care about. And, sometimes I feel like I just need to vent something, or I need to. And so being patient enough to have an understanding, first of all, that I just need to get something off my chest, or I just need to talk about something that was super cool that maybe nobody understands.
Well, as long as you lead with that, then we're fine.
Right.
Like if you say, hey, I know you're not going to understand a word about anything I'm about to say.
Right.
But I just want to express it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll be okay. So then when you're talking, I won't feel so crazy,
Right.
or stupid.
Yes.
Because I don't understand a word that's coming out of your mouth.
But sometimes I don't have the wherewithal to say that. And the point in time I remember that the most vividly in high school was when I met the bass player from Iron Maiden and got his autograph. Nobody cared. I thought it was the most awesome thing ever. The only people on God's green earth, or at least at my high school, who cared were there with me. So I had this interesting story, but nobody cares.
You know what I have found the last few years is, like, when we used to travel, like if in our friend group someone traveled and they came back, the whole group would be sitting waiting to hear all, like at the edge of our seats, to hear every detail about your trip. And I'm noticing that when people come back from a major event or something like a trip or something big has happened, they don't even have the energy to talk about it. Like, it's like, ho hum, whatever. Like that, I don't know. I don't know what that is indicative of, but that's something I want to explore too. It's something I've been thinking about for years.
That is interesting.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I could ask Mr. Wizard. He travels all the time.
But like, they don't have the patience to sit there and tell you about it. I mean, is it because these people like post things online? So it's like, once again, it's a Google thing. Go look it up online. I posted everything, which is not the same. It's all a lie. Do you know what I'm saying?
It is.
Like, because I'd like to ask you personal questions.
Right.
Like, tell me what this was like. I can't think of any examples, right
Well,
this second.
if I
But
take a picture with a French gendarme with my arm around him, and I'm like, this is me with the French gendarme, there's a
no,
story there.
no, but like, no, but who cares? You know what I'm saying? That's a picture. It's already told. The story there has already been told. But other things like how you felt or like what did you overcome, that's not in a photo that you can post.
I
You
guess you've got a
know,
point
I
there.
mean, I guess you can write about it, but most people don't unless they're being questioned by a friend who really cares. Like, tell me everything you smelled and saw, and like, how did you feel? How did you overcome that? And tell me what happened. What synchronicity? Like the synchronicities that would happen on trips, we were all waiting to hear about when someone came back.
Right.
Like all the magical stuff that happens because when you get into a flow and the world kind of takes care of every little detail. It's magical. It's one of the reasons I loved traveling so much, but no one talks about it. I don't understand. It's like kind of the friendship thing why like, for so many years I was taking notes and asking myself what's going on here. It's the same with experiences. People are like not even experiencing, they're not explaining or they're not sharing things that are potentially quite miraculous. It's just kind of being swept under the rug or just ignored. I digress.
It's a good digression.
Is it?
It
Okay.
is.
All right. Well, is that it?
I think so.
Okay. We'll talk to you in a few days, everybody. Have a lovely every day.
Be well.